Okay, welcome back. So, now that I've described that I'm going to work on the Promenade and the boat deck, these are basically all the supplies that I'm going to need to accomplish that. So already I've already added some deck panels here to make it more realistic. This is basically I got there's a deck, a wooden deck, some wooden deck decals that I got from China that I'm adding to make it look more realistic. I've already here's one of the Promenade decks here. So yeah, fairly real. Here's the foremast. Fairly realistic. Looks like the actual deck. Obviously, we'll add some realism. Now you're probably wondering, what are all these fiber optic cables, fiber optic fibers here? That is going to be used for the little light fixtures that run along the side of one of the main promenade panels. So yeah, so in addition to the lighting that I'm gonna put in the middle, there's also going to be I'm also going to show you that I'm going to light the little light fixtures on the side. So if you can see those little holes right there, that's actually a light which has its own fiber optic cable too. Okay, so there's that. And for the inside, I'm going to use 12 volt 12 volt LED light strips. These are cool white, and then I have 3 that are warm white, and I'm going to use them interchangeably. So I'm going to use both of these interchangeably to kind of get that, that warm white, cool white kind of like fusion. So that's going to be cool. I also added some LEDs here and here because I'm going to be using these panels here. These panels here to go here. So I had to cut out an LED hole there, and the way I did that was I simply took my soldering iron, melted the plastic, and then just stuck the LED in, and then I just attached it to secure it with hot glue. I'm gonna have to trim some of this hot glue back because I need to make sure this section here fits on top of this, and because of all the bulges in the hot glue, it's having difficulty with that. So I'm gonna have to take a hobby knife and basically saw that off. Oh yeah, what am I going to be lighting the fiber optic the fiber optics with? Well, here's a little example of a fiber optic bundle that I attached to a 3mm LED. And as I'm going to put the battery, I'm going to show you how this is hopefully going to work. Okay, so as you can see, the LED functions as a lighting source for the fiber optics, and of course I'm testing that with a 9-volt battery. Okay, everywhere, if you see a piece that has a little indentation, that is going to be where I'm going to drill a light fixture. So indentation, take my drill, drill in there for a couple seconds, and voila, you have a hole where you can stick an LED. Sorry, you can stick a fiber optic through it. Here's your fiber optic cable, and then here's the hole you just made, and you can basically thread it through like that. What I do is I take some testers plastic glue, like a small little nodule of it. Sorry if it's blurry a little bit. A little nodule of it. Do that and then glue it inside the hole I just made. Okay. And I actually wanna show you that. So hold on. Let me get my glue. See, little small. Take some glue from that, and small little nodule. Gradually feed that bad boy in there. Okay, and then let this aside to sit. And that is how you add a fixture, an LED. That is how you do. Oh, excuse me. That is how you do fiber optics to make light fixtures for model ships. And that's actually the first time that I actually tested that. So you can clearly see that I've already begun that. They look like whiskers, and of course, this is obviously this part is going to obviously sit on this end too. And then all I gotta do is just bundle all these fiber optic cables together to some LED lights, and you will have your light fixtures. And of course, like I said, the center I'm going to use for the 12-volt light strips. The light strips are usually good because I don't have to use a lot of them, and it's a lot of light for not that many LEDs. And also, I can pretty much just like glue them down and bundle the wires, and that's basically it. I don't need to drill holes or melt holes into the plastic, if I was working with bulbs. Okay. I have the two Promenade panels, the two port starboard panels. Go ahead and gonna work on that. I've already painted the brown little railings to them, so I've already done that detail work. I'm also going to when I get the red navigation light, I'm also going to add the two navigation lights, so the red and the green one. So that's gonna be awesome to look forward to. In which case, I actually used beads. I actually use beads for the lights. So I'm gonna explain that whole thing I did when the time comes. So, for example, right here's the starboard navigation light, which is green. This is actually a bead, like I said earlier. One of these like seed beads that I used, and I basically did that, and I took a green LED and basically attached it to that, and yep. So yeah, so there's your starboard navigation light, and of course the red one is going to be for the port side. And this is gonna go wherever where if you look, you can see that there's a small little indentation for where the light's gonna go. This is gonna go there. Okay. And of course, you already know how I do the excuse me. Ooh, let me slow down. How I do the electrical work. Everyone knows that I showed that when it came to building the main hull. Everyone saw that there. So I don't need to go back into that. Everyone pretty much gets the ideal. Okay, I've already installed the foremast here. I used a paint called Territorial Beige for both the foremast and the main mast. And I also installed the steaming light for it. I'm just trying to get the Yep. So there's the steaming light for that. I've already installed that. Basically, what I did was I took a Z LED from Evan Designs, attached it with some some magnetic tape, painted over that, and then I took some white, some white acrylic paint, and I basically painted over it to dim it down a bit. So there's the light right there. I just took some white paint to dim it down a bit. And for the deck, for that brown boundary that you see everywhere, I actually used raw sienna acrylic paint for that. So yeah. Okay. And finally, I'm going to be I'm going to be using more LEDs for Promenade deck lighting, in which I bought some styrene to go with that. And then I bought some Pico LEDs that I'm going to make into deck lamps that I'm going to cover with 1.8 millimeter white LED bulbs. Basically, I'm going to take the prongs off and basically attach the bulbs to this ceiling layer, and then of course wire those all together. Okay. So yeah, a lot of stuff to get through. I know this was a pretty informative video. I think this is part 4. Yeah, part 4. And then of course after the boat deck and the promenade, all that's done, it's obviously going to go on top of this whole thing. And then following that, then I'm gonna build the funnels, add the details for the top of the boat deck, the railings, and then the lifeboats and stuff, and those are gonna come in the next 3-4 videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and build this baby, and I will see you when it's complete. Okay, so I have now completed, for the most part, both the bottom half of the Promenade deck and the beginning of the boat deck. And as you can see, I've already begun placing the electronics, in this case the LEDs and the fiber optics, in their relative positions. I have the foremast light there with the wiring to match. So basically, now that these two sides are done, this is the boat deck. I already began adding the funnels. I will, of course, make a separate video on building your funnels. So I will make a separate video on that. I've already begun light tests of the LED light strips and the LED diodes and fiber optics for the front and middle part of the boat deck. So I already have that done. So now I'm going to make the tedious move of basically connecting these two sections, connecting the electronics and all of that stuff, and then of course plugging that all into the big tamale up here, which is the main hole. So I definitely look forward to doing that. That's going to definitely be very, very interesting. But this is definitely all going to be very, very tedious. It's not that the wiring and the electronics are difficult. It's the fact of trying to make sure all the wiring is matching the same connection and making sure that they all fit. So that, if anything, is going to be the hardest. But I've done this before, but I've never done it in a kit. This dramatic. So this will definitely be very fun and interesting to see, and of course I'm going to obviously do a basically a finished video of basically all these parts connected. So stay tuned for that. Yep. And I'll see you next time. Okay, so I have now finished wiring and putting together the promenade, and the boat deck. And I've already started building the funnels, but I will detail how I do the funnels in the next video. So, but this is basically saying that I have finished the boat deck. I've also finished the and I've also finished the electronics, or in this case the lighting. So obviously it's a lot of wires, a lot of lighting. I misplaced the wall jack, so I have some photos that I took of the completed boat deck and promenade deck all lit up. And then of course when that's all done, I am then going to put this on the main hole, which is right here. But yeah, this is basically saying that the boat deck and the promenade deck are all completed and assembled, and all the lighting has been installed. That includes the lighting on the foremast, the lighting inside the each of the compartments, each of the boat deck compartments, and of course the promenade lighting inside. So yep, but there is a lot of light bleed coming from the seams, like for the lounge area, there's a lot of light bleed there. So I will have to use some putty to basically take care of that and seal that up. I'm gonna now add the bridge portion once I put construction paper in the pilot house windows to block out the light. So yeah, so basically this has been pretty much completed and done. I'm gonna put it on top of this, but I'm actually waiting to finish the cargo cranes, which I will detail in the next video, because I actually got something special planned for the cargo cranes, which go on these mountings here and here. Okay, so I'm actually planning something special for the cargo cranes. I'm going to have some fiber optics running inside them, which is going to obviously connect here, and then the wires obviously are going to come out and connect there. Actually, there's the jack right there. But I have some pictures of basically the completed and lit Promenade and Boat Deck. But yeah, so obviously if you've seen the previous videos, it was a jangled mess of wires and stuff, and now this is basically what it looks like now. Okay, so and then of course I'm gonna glue these two pieces here together, and then which is gonna sit inside of that, and of course this is gonna sit on top of this, on top of that. Okay, and so yeah, like I said, the next video is going to be detailing the funnels, what I use to make the funnels, and also detailing some of the accessories. So these are like the cargo cranes and whatnot. So I look forward to doing that, and I will see you again for part 4. Part 5. Because this whole video here is basically part 4. So I will see you guys then. Bye.